I'm going to keep this one brief. There are 3 direct ways that you can tell if somebody is even dateable. And these are just things that I've learned over living on this earth for 42 years and doing the whole dating thing of someone younger, hoping that they inspire you and they learn along with you because they're so adventurous and excited, and then dating the old fogies, those that, are in the geriatric ward and they have gray hair and they think that I'm going to make them younger feeling and looking and all that kind of good thing. Basically just arm candy. But arm candy can happen in every arena, especially in like the spiritual circles. You got those men that are lurking and they're checking out the whole church scene, and they're keeping their eye on those that are more spiritual than others, those that look hot, of course, in a nice pair of jeans, and also those girls that are going to lead them into victory of being that prize on the pulpits. And I am not one that can kind of back up any of those things. I find them kind of annoying and at the very least insulting to my intelligence. But I'm trying to be as kind as I can because comedy is really my coping mechanism. I've picked up sarcasm since I've been down here in the South because basically it's my only way of getting by. So on a lighter note and in a more friendly sense of spirit, let me just say, if a dude needs to be like, yeah, I'm really tired. Yeah, I could come out there, but then I'd have to get an Uber back and, I've just had a long day. I'm thinking, what your long day entailed? What have you done? Some manual labor? Have you exercised a few brain cells? Have you worked really hard at problem solving in something? No, you've kicked back. You've had a lot of few, and now you got a beer buzz going on that's pretty hardcore, and you're lazy. You just want to sit around, and you kind of would like me to come over there because it's easy, and you won't have to lift anything except your feet to prop them up on an ottoman. That's not going to work. No, that's not going to work for me. Basically, I'm too old and I've played this game too many times that if you're not willing to be the pursuer and therefore put your A game on up front, then I'm going to be a little fearful. And the reason being is because everybody knows you put on a facade when you're first talking to somebody. When you meet somebody, you're going to be like, wow, presenting yourself with the best foot forward. If it's too hard for you to get up off your keister and take a little stroll in your own automobile to wherever I'm posting up, oh my God, can you look 1 year in to the future and you need him to do the dishes? You're screwed. I'm just saying. Okay, so that's the first one. Lazy as hell, sloth-like, making excuses, basically wants you to come to him and meet his beck and call. Not going to work. The second one is going to be that person who is like, well, until I find the one, I'm just going to look everywhere for the one. The coworker who is sizing up every chick that walks through the door, and yet he's the very one that he has potential. You could totally date him, except for the fact that you've seen him in action. You know what his MO really is. If he were dating somebody, I'd be concerned for that chick because he's got his eye on every single female with a nice rack and a pretty little bow in her hair, checking out who's sitting where at any given time, and he can't even have a conversation. He's tongue-tied. He's like, oh, blah, 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 because he's looking at someone over your shoulder. Have you had that experience? I've literally had some of my friends' husbands trying to talk to me, and they're looking over my shoulder at every woman that's coming into the grocery store. Dude, that puts me in a stance of I've got to pray now for my friend because she's literally married to somebody who doesn't even honor her because his eyes are elsewhere. Have we not read that book? What's it called? Wild at Heart. Something Eldridge. Anyway, everybody needs to read that book. Dude, it's not a candy store. You don't just go shopping for whatever looks good and fits your fancy. So if you are with somebody, make a decision to be with that somebody and stop looking at everything else as if it's even an opportunity or available to you. That's called bouncing your eyes. You recognize that somebody's a hot chick walking in the door, or they are attractive, and you take a glance and you look away. Why? Because supposedly the person that you've decided to spend the rest of your life with is the deal. That's it. You're with somebody. You're taken. Not really up for grabs. So therefore, hone it in. Keep the blinders on. Keep your focus. And stop trickling out. Okay? Let's not leave, a whole slime behind you that can catch up with you. Kind of not good. Your wifey finds out, you'd be bitched at. And you probably wouldn't do anything about it because you can't, because that's an innate thing that comes in from something deep. And women do it too. I'm just talking to my female friends at this point. Like, know who you're dating, especially before you get married. Because there's a lot of stories out there like, oh my gosh, he changed once I got married. Well, yeah, that's a deceptive demon, of course. But okay, nonetheless, what do you do now? You got a ring on your finger. Let him cheat. I don't know, get divorced after that you're out. But, I mean, really, it doesn't need to get to that point where you're suddenly in covenant with somebody who has no integrity whatsoever because they were living a facade. Which leads me to my third criteria. Yeah, it's definitely important to know where your man is. If you can call him drop in at any time, pretty important. This whole texting ability for people to have entire relationships based on it is blowing my mind. I have had so many people say to me that they've gotten to know somebody and had relationships based on texting alone. I'm so sorry. That's complete hogwash. Are you for real? I get annoyed when somebody doesn't even give me a phone call after I'm trying to exchange information. It's obvious we're not communicating and the synapse is not meeting the neuron, so I'm going to need you to give me a shout out. And these people that are too busy to call, what is that? That's hiding to me. I'm sorry, but my experience has been you want to just, chill and be in your own little comfort zone and again not exert any effort, and you're going to succumb to texting. How do I know I'm not a Band-Aid? Do you know how many people simply go through a breakup, but they got like 5 people on their phone that they can text at any time for boosting of accolades and facades and ego in their head? Why? Because you can call this person and be like, hey, what are you doing? Never have to reach out, never have to go deep, never have to have a conversation beyond like, hey, let's meet up. That meetup can be put off indefinitely for a week or more. Live through that too. That is no bueno. Not good enough for anybody. What, I'm going to be second fiddle? I'm going to be like in line with all of the other people that you talk to because you're so lonely you can't fill your space and your time with genuine conversation and communication? I don't think so. I mean, I get it. I'm pretty, sarcastic at this point. I'm doing it in light. But who wants that? Who wants any of this? This is malarkey, people. Oh my God. It's like stressing me out. I really don't understand how anybody could be dating in this time and age. But, for me, I'm not. So it's good. I tried it. It sucks. And I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier with the knowledge and the understanding that knowing myself and knowing what I want a person that's willing to go the extra mile, the person that's willing to have a deep conversation. Let's not keep it light for the sake of your comfort zone. I'm going to need somebody that talks about where they've come from, where they are right now, and where they're heading into the future. If they cannot get down with the nitty gritty, I have no time for that. And ladies, there's a lot of men out there that don't have time for that. Hence, in the future, they won't have time for you, to listen to you, to hear what it is that you're saying. Women need to be heard. Everybody needs to be heard. But in this day and age, do not waste your time with those people that need to keep it light. When what, island time? Or kicking it back and smoking a stogie and filling it with whatever kind of other crap, a blunt. Oh my God, how old are we? Really? Let's grow up, people. Just saying, future is at stake.